Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda and welcome to this important episode of Ignition Time. I appreciate you being a viewer, I appreciate you being a subscriber. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like and why you should listen to me. Also, if you learn something new from this video, please consider clicking the like button, please subscribe and please enable notifications because that is your vote of confidence in us. So, as far as the stimulus negotiations go, we are at a complete gridlock right now. Both sides are where they are, and unfortunately they have not come to a consensus at the time when the American people need them the most. Here's Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, leader of the Senate. Hello, Senate Majority Leader. And here's House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Just, there you are. How are you, Speaker Pelosi? I wish the Senate Majority Leader and House Speaker Pelosi would just come close to each other and would come to a consensus. But guess what? They're not even talking. Why? Because House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has been coordinating, has been negotiating with the White House, specifically with US Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, who is the lead negotiator on behalf of the White House. And unfortunately, they have not been able to come to a consensus, and we are not going to see stimulus before the election. So, what are the key dates in the future where we may see some movement? What are the key dates that we need to watch out for that could potentially lead to more stimulus? Because one thing that Wall Street, one thing that Main Street, one thing that even both parties agree on is that there is a need for stimulus. And in fact, the president said that there'll be stimulus after the election, and a lot of Republican senators have now basically said we'll see stimulus after the election. We know that House Speaker Pelosi wants stimulus, and there will indeed be stimulus. There's a very high probability of this happening. Now, let me keep in mind, I'm not a fortune teller. I don't have a crystal ball in my hand where, I can predict what will happen, but I can give you a fair analysis so you have the right information and you don't have some false hype. One thing you've noticed on our channel is that, you're not going to get false hype. I have enough respect for you to tell you the truth because I know you can handle the truth. So let's just jump right in. What are the key dates in the future that could lead to some sort of stimulus negotiations, some sort of a stimulus agreement? The first date is December 11th. That's when the government runs out of money. The second date is December 31st, when the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program, specifically the PUA program, expires, which will leave 14 million individuals without any unemployment benefits. Half of those on unemployment benefits could lose their benefits entirely on December 31st because that's when the PUA program expires. And this is quite shocking. The next date is a date that you may not be aware of. It's actually the 5th of January, which is the Georgia Senate runoff. I'll talk to you about that in just a second, but the Georgia Senate runoff, and I'll tell you why that date is extremely important. And the next date is the 20th of January, the inauguration of the next president of the United States, whether it's President Trump or whether it's former Vice President Joe Biden. So that is where things stand right now. Let's take a look at the first date, which is the 11th of December. The 11th of December is the government funding deadline. That's the date when the government actually runs out of money. In other words, our favorite senators, our favorite congressmen, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, hello, sir, and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, how are you, ma'am? They won't get paid. And so the government won't get funded. And this isn't just about senators and congressmen. Obviously, this applies to all federal employees. And so this would mean that federal employees would not get paid. Now, how can that happen, right? Because the government has to function. We live in a country that is supposed to, I say the word supposed to, have a functional government. But as you've seen me talk about this before, I believe we're living in the DC comedy hour. I'm going to call this Government Dysfunction episode 948. So once again, it's the DC Comedy Hour, Government Dysfunction episode 948. That's what we have right now. So it's quite likely that when the government comes to a consensus about continuing to fund the paychecks of everyone in the government from taxpayer funds, of course, it's quite likely that at that moment in time, there could be a discussion about further stimulus. It really depends on who wins the election. I'm talking not only about the presidential race, but I'm also talking about the control of the Senate, which, by the way, is why the Georgia Senate runoff is so important on the 5th of January. Let's go to the next date, which is the 31st of December. As per the CARES Act, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program, the PUA program, and right now keep in mind 14 million individuals out of the approximately 24 million individuals on unemployment based on official statistics at the time I'm recording this video from the Labor Department, more than half the individuals who are currently receiving unemployment benefits are now on the PUA program, and all those individuals will lose all their benefits based on the provision in the CARES Act on the 31st of December. Keep in mind that when the CARES Act was first passed, no one expected this pandemic to last this long, which means that unless there is further legislation for extension of the PUA, 14 million individuals on pandemic unemployment assistance. If you're watching this and you're on pandemic unemployment assistance, check out the unemployment benefits crash course playlist on our channel, which gives you probably the most comprehensive collection of information on unemployment benefits, not on YouTube, but on the internet. So please check that out. We put in a lot of effort and a lot of work into that playlist. So please check that out. Now, the January 5th date, which is an important date. Now, keep in mind that the Georgia Senate race is very important for the makeup of the Senate, because we're talking 2 seats in the Georgia Senate race. Now, if we don't have a winner next week, because this is a very, very heavily contested election, specifically in Georgia for these 2 Senate seats, if we don't have a winner next week, there'll be a decision on the Georgia Senate runoff on the 5th of January, and this could end up deciding who controls the Senate. So we may not know next week who controls the Senate, although I do believe we'll know next week who the president is, but we may not know next week who controls the Senate. And then this could go to the 5th of January, where we have the Georgia Senate runoff. And that is going to decide what happens in the Senate. And right now we have Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, because it's a Republican-led Senate, Republican majority Senate. And we have House Speaker Nancy Pelosi in the House. Now, keep in mind that if the Senate becomes Democrat, in other words, if Democrats lead the Senate, then Mitch McConnell will no longer be the Senate Majority Leader, and presumably Chuck Schumer will be the Senate Majority Leader. So, and the decision about who's going to be the Senate Majority Leader will depend on what happens next week. And it could go all the way through to the 5th of January. And finally, on the 20th of January, we have the inauguration of the next president of the United States. So, if former Vice President Joe Biden becomes president and we have a Democrat-led Senate, then after the inauguration, we can expect a substantial stimulus bill. This is the consensus of Wall Street and Main Street. If, on the other hand, we have what I call a split election, we have perhaps a Republican president, in other words, President Trump remaining president and Democrats controlling the Senate, or if we have former Vice President Joe Biden becoming the next president of the United States, and then we have Republicans retaining the Senate, then we have quite the conundrum as far as stimulus is concerned. That's where things stand, everybody. Let me know what you think about these key dates in the description section below. You've come to expect high quality information. You've come to expect honest information from our channel, and that's never going to change. All I ask from you is you please smash that like button. Please ignite the subscribe button, because the name of our channel is Ignition Time, and please ignite the notification button. That would be your vote of confidence in us and all the work that we do behind the scenes on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I really appreciate you being a viewer and a subscriber. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. East Coast time. Please get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000. You can also get added to our email list. Simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts, and you can get added to our email list. You can opt out of the SMS list or the email list at any point in time that you want. You can also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. And also please follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is also the same, ignition_time. That's ignition_time. Now keep in mind, YouTube does not always send out notifications on time. So all you have to do, the solution is very simple. Simply bookmark youtube.com/ignition_time on your browser. Bookmark youtube.com/ignition_time on your browser, and you'll be able to visit the homepage of our channel and watch the videos at any point in time that you want. I really appreciate you watching. Your vote of confidence in us And the entire team behind the scenes at Ignition Time is you simply clicking the like button, you igniting the subscribe button, and you igniting that notification button, because remember, the name of our channel is Ignition Time. Please participate in our community below. Our community is growing very rapidly. We are all very proud of our community, which is now like our family, and we are building a big community, and I invite you to be a part of that community. As always, you'll find a link in the description section below to all our resources, all our references, so you can check them out for yourself. And finally, please share this video with friends and family members so you can help us spread the word and we can pass on this knowledge, because our goal is to provide you with transparent information and let you be the decision maker. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.